everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome to YouTube. I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you're not subscribed, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button. For today's we are going to use the smaller tumbler towel blocks again, and of course if you want to know the measurement, go down in the description box. There you find the measurement of the bigger and the smaller blocks I use. I have here my container with everything inside, but like I tell you every time, the most important is the wood glue. You can use some hot glue, but be careful that it doesn't break. This is just an example for the paint. You can choose, of course, any color you like. And my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel, which is wet, to wipe away the glue. These are the main things we need for this DIY, and we're going to do something with a tree. And of course, my camera did fell down. So I'm going to do something with the tree, and of course I hope you are going to join me. So now we're going to start with the tree, at least my twist on a tree. You can change it up any way you like. We have one row of 4 and 6 rows of 3. So 1 of 4 and 6 of 3. So we're going to do some glue on the tops, and we do row them very simply together. You do here the same over here, and just make one piece out of it, and this one, and number 3. And of course you can make it as wide as you like, but I'm going to do a kind of a little bit of a middle tree. It will be not very small, but a little bit bigger. So again, and the last one, some glue here, and the last, and I'm going to place it down. We're going to place it together this way, squeeze it over here. Make sure that you have a straight line. You do here the same, and this one, and the piece of 4. And again, we're going to get our wet towel, and we're going to wipe away the glue. So very gently. And of course it will go, the blocks will go out of each other, but it doesn't matter. So you see, because sometimes it is a little bit tricky to work with, but we're going to clean it up, do the sides, and again we're going to turn it down, and again we're going to clean up this side also. And you see, it does break with me also. A break is not breaking, it's just getting loose of the table, so it doesn't matter. And you just place it down again and glue it together. Don't use extra glue, and you just make a straight line again. You do here the same, because I know for sure that later he will glue nicely together. Go back, make sure you have a straight line, and then press it together again. We have now the 1 of 4, and we just go, press it, place it on the side, clean up our mat, and of course also the side, and then we go back, clean it up, and do the back side. And you go back and make sure that you have a nice straight line. You do it over here, the tops, and over here. And then again, place it on the side, clean up your mat. And then this one, go back like this. And you do here the same. Turn it over and clean it up. Turn it over, clean it up. And this one, it's a little bit of your work, but at the end you will be happy with how it is looking like. And go check out all of them if they have a nice shape, because you don't want that things are not fitting nicely. Again, this one, and we're going to let this dry in for now a couple of minutes. So now we have our piece of 4. What we're going to do, we're going to get 1 of 3, and they can still fall out of each other, because you see already this one wants to do it also. And we only do 2 blocks and a little piece of block number 3 with some glue. You place it over here, place it on the side, and of course make sure that we do it this way. And of course I need to have it a little bigger this way, yeah, kind of this. We do here the same. We do some glue, and not totally on number 3, only a little piece, and we place it against here, just gently squeeze it together. And we do here the same, and again only a little piece, and we place it on the other side and do it a little bit lower. You can use a block as a measurement, of course. You can use it this way, you can use it any way you like. And of course this one's a little bit bigger than the other one. So we do here the same, a little glue, and you stop with the first of the number 3 and again place it over here and this way. And now the last pieces, one for this side, and again do it down, get your block and press it together. We do here the same, and we press it together, we press it together. We press it together again. Make sure that your blocks are here, and again you have a nice piece you're going to squeeze together and keep it in place when you're going to remove the glue from the tops. And again gently turn it over to the back side and again press it together. And we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So now we have 2 sets of 2 and we have 2 half blocks. So I always have my little package over here with my half blocks. And of course, it's just easy, just saw one in half and make sure that you have a couple of them always laying around. So we do a little bit of glue on this one and squeeze it together, and this one, and we take one over here. We place it over here and this one, and we place it against this one. So we have here 2.5 blocks. Again, we're going to squeeze it and we're going to clean it up. Here the same. We're going to place it on the side and we do the back side. Here the same, place it on the side, do the back side and clean it up. And give it a couple of minutes. When you're happy how it is looking like, give it a couple of minutes drying. So now we're going to get the 2 pieces, 2.5 pieces, and we're going to do some glue on the middle of this one, and we place it over here, but a little bit lower than this one, maybe the same height, or you can do it a little bit lower like this is also fine. So again, you do here the same, some glue over here. And you place this one on this side and of course also a little bit lower, and then press it together and make one piece out of it. And you see already mine are really crooked blocks, so it is a little bit not even, but it doesn't matter, a tree is also not even. So we're going to have already this part of the tree, and this will be a stem of the tree, and it will be a tree with a small feet in between. So again, we're going to place this one on the side, because now we're going to make this part in between and the other side. And you see, I have to look for that he doesn't go out of each other. So now we're going to make a half side of the tree, because we made the middle pieces bigger. Now we do a half side on it. You see in a moment what I mean. So I have 3 rows of 3 and 1 row of 2.5 again. Just simply row. Of course, I can also do this one. It's also a possibility. And again, you glue it together. Now we do the 3 pieces of 3. Over here some glue, and then row it together on this, and over here, and this one, and the last one. And again, make one piece out of it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it, and we're going to clean it up. Very easy, just do the top side just like you always do, and again place it on the side, clean up your piece, do this side, and then of course the back side. Over here, place it on the side, do the other side, and this one. And we're going to go over here. And you see already he's a little bit stuck to the table, but it doesn't matter. We just glue it back together again and clean it up. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes, and then you will see it glues nicely together until one piece, if we only give it a little moment of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this one on the side over here, and we're going to do some glue on this one, and not totally to the underside, only a little piece. We place this on this side and do it a little lower, and of course we use our block to be sure that we have it glued nicely together where we want to have it. We do here the same, and again Over here, we place this one on the side, we get our block again, and this way, and we're going to press it together until one piece. And now the 1 of 2.5, we do some glue over here, and we just do it a little bit lower, but not too low, like this. And now we're going to clean it up, gently squeeze all of them together the best as you can, and then you're going to turn it around, and you're going to clean this one gently, and you're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So now we have our little piece like this one. I showed you a little bit closer like this, and we now do the 2.5 on top. So we do some glue on the 3 block, the totally 3 block over here this way, and we place it on top of here, but not over this one. I'm showing you in a moment. I'm just going to keep it under here and in the middle, and I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure, not too much. I'm going to turn it that I really have it in the middle, because that's what we want. Over here, and then give it a little bit of pressure, and then let it dry in for a little moment. And you see, this is what I mean. You place it over here, and you have this one in a straight line. This one leaves open in one little piece, like this. And of course we need also now another side, because now we have our 3 sides, but we need side number 4. That is again 3 rows of 3. I do it a little bit faster, and 1 2.5, and you just row them simply together, the same like you did with the other side. And this will be also again a half side, and over here, and this one, and we're going to squeeze it together like this, and over here, and this one, and this one. And now we're going to clean it up, but I think you already know now how to clean your blocks. So again, also with this one, we're going to place this one on the side. We do some glue on this one, not totally to the underside, and place it over here. And we make sure that we use our block this way, and then press it together. We do this with this one also. Of course, I can better use this inside. And again, we're going to place this one over here, and make sure that we have our block, and we just measure it off like this. Always go back if you're not really sure how your size is. Always go back. And again, we do some glue on this one, and we place this one over here, but a little lower. And we're going to let this dry in also if we clean it up. So now, of course, we have our first piece we made. This is the 3 piece. We're going to turn it over to the smaller side, and we're going to do some glue on the blocks of 3. So not on the 2.5, but on the 3 block. And the 2.5 will be up on top. And again, also we place this one over here, very gently. And we give it a little bit of pressure, not too hard, just lightly. And we're going to look for if we have it on the side where we want to have it. Look it on this side. If you have it in the middle. If you do, then you're going to let this dry in for at least an hour. In the meantime, while the top of the tree is drying, we're going to make a row of 4. This will be kind of the trunk of the tree, of the, how you call it, the, oh no, it slipped my mind. I looked it up, and I want to say, but I think already you know the piece in the middle of the tree. You hear it from me in a moment. And we have now 3 sets of 3, and we just simply row them together like this over here. And we're going to row this 4 piece, of course, also together until 1 piece. And we're going to easy clean it up like this. And we're going to make sure that we place it on the side. Clean up your mat and do the back side. And over here, go back, make sure that you have a straight line. You do here the same, squeeze it together, get it off the table, do the back side, here the same, do the back side. And the last one, again, squeeze it down, make sure that you clean up your mat and this one. And then you always go back and make sure that you have a nice straight line. And with this one, it's very easy. We go further. We go some glue over here and some glue on this one because we want to have it straight. So we're going to place this one on top and this one on top and place it straight up like this. And then again, press it down like this until one nice piece. And we're going to let this dry in also. So now we have our 9 block and I'm going to do the middle of the 9 block. I'm going to try to press out. Of course, the other blocks will go a little bit with it, but you see already he is coming out. And now I have a little hole over here. I'm going to get a half block like this and I'm going to place it in between, of course, with the sewing side on the inside. I'm going to place it over here. Make sure that it's fitting nicely. And then I'm going to press it together, all together like this, and go on the inside, press it down. And if everything is correctly, you have right now, you have a little opening like this. And of course, we are going to look for this block and we're going to glue it on top of here, the same like this. And now we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. So now we have this block, and of course there's a little bit of glue on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some little bit of glue on the top over here, and I'm going to place my little plank we just made. We place it simply on top of here, just gently. You're going to place it on top. Make sure that you have it in a straight line because that's what you want. And we're going to let this dry in for at least an hour until we know sure that it is totally dry, because it needs to have the top of the tree on top of here. So it has to be sturdy. That's why I don't recommend the hot glue, because then it can break easy. So I'm going to let this dry. So I was a little bit measuring out with my top piece of my tree, and I think for me 4 high is too high. So I'm going to do it a little bit lower. So I'm going to break 2 of them off, because I think for me it will be too high. So maybe later I will regret it, but for now I'm going to get 2 of them off and I'm going to let this dry. So now you have a little piece of this 1.5 block, and of course you have 2 leaf tops over here. So now we're going to make kind of a bottom, and that's 3 rows of 9, 3 rows of 9, and simply you lay them on the table and you do some glue on the side of the block. And always with this rows, I'm going to try the blocks which are not fitting nicely to work in between. So again, so we don't have to waste a little of as little as we can for our DIY. And again, we're going to just simply roll them together. And I try to do it as fast as I can. Now number 3 of 9 over here, and this one, and the last, and we're going to squeeze it to the inside, to the outside. Always at the ending, make sure that you press it from the outside over here, and you do here the same, and press it from the outside. You get some towel and you wipe away the tops. And this is a lot bigger row, but if you want to do it always fast. Place it, you do it fast, place it straight up, and it does fall, it doesn't matter. I don't know what it is. It is Monday for me when I make this one, but it is really falling down every single time. But that's also DIYing. It doesn't matter, so you are the only one. With me, it is collapsing every time also. But the trick is that we don't give up and we just go further. And again, make sure you have a nice straight line as best as you can. And here the same. Clean up your mat. And we do this one. And we go back. If you want to be sure you don't have a carpenter square, just place it straight up. Do with the tops of your fingers and then press it down. Lay it down. You do here the same. Press it down, all of them, and then play it down. And here the same. Press it down and then place it down. Always go back and feel also the top, that everything is nicely on your mat. and we give it a half-minute drying. So now we're going to place this one on the side and this one on the side, and we do some glue on the top and over here, and we place it together and over here, and gently we make sure that we fill in the open gaps as best as we can. Also over here, go to the side, feel with your fingers, and then again we just clean it up and just go move it a little around and clean this one up and let it dry in for now at least 20 minutes. So now we have our plank from 3 rows of 9. We're going to get this piece, the 2.5. We just made at least 2.5. He was 4 high, but now we have 2.5. We do some glue on the underside over here, and we place it in the middle. And that's easy to do because it's a block of 3, so it's easy to do in the middle. Then you're going to make sure that you have it also on each side in the middle. And then you're going to press it down like this. And you're going to let this dry for a little moment also. So now we're going to try to make kind of little benches around our little tree. So we have 2 rows of 3 and 2 rows of 4. And again, we do very simple. Some glue on the side lines over here and over here. And we do it this way. And number 4 here. And again, we're going to squeeze it. And we make very simple ones, so not really fancy, just simple ones you can place around, because you want to have a nice decor piece and not really something, it takes a lot of space. My English, oh. Sometimes. And again, you do this side, clean it up, and we do the back side. And this one. And always, like I tell you every time, go back, make sure that you have a straight line. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. So now we get the 2 of 4, we're going to place this way, and we have the 2 of 3. What we're going to do, we make sure that we leave 1 block in between, which is open. And of course, we don't glue this one, we just place it inside and just simply do some glue on this first piece of 3 and on this side of 3. So just on each side a little bit. And you do here the same, a little piece over here and a little piece over here, and just simply you glue this on this block and on this first block. And of course we're going to give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, but only a little. And we're going to clean up this side and then give it some pressure until it is nicely fit together. And then you're going to make sure that you move it. And of course, you wait a couple of minutes before you can dry it and turn it over to clean it up. So in the meantime, while this is drying, we have 4 sets of 3. That will be the back of your little bench. And of course, like I told you, it will be simple. Just row it together this way. And number 3 and number 4. And then glue it together this way and this way, and we're going to clean it up. Very simple, like this. Turn it over, do the back side, and go back and make a straight line. This way, and this way. Clean it up. And we go back and make a straight line. Here the same. And we turn it over and do this side. And then go back, and we're going to let it dry in for at least 10 minutes. Now I have 4 sets of 2, and I'm going to do some glue on this one, place it on top, some glue on the top over here on the wider side of the block, and place it on top to make a little bigger piece. And again, we're going to place it on the side, squeeze it, and we're going to squeeze it. You just simply make kind of a double block. So think a better word, a double block. You're just going to squeeze it, clean it up, make sure you have a straight line. And this will be the side that gives a little bit, also on the corners, a little bit more like a high-end look. Because, or else it looks a little bit cheap, but it looks a little bit more high-end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give them a rest for a couple of minutes. So now we place our double blocks on the table, but with the wider side and the two smallest line on the side and this one on the back side. Then you get two of your pieces of 3. What you're going to do, you do some glue on this side and on this side. In the length of your block, place it down and then you're going to fill it in and make sure that you have it and kind of like a little, yeah, how you call it, I don't know how you call this kind of shape. At least you are making it a little bigger, and this one you close up with this one. And very simple, and just let it dry in for a little moment. So now we're going to get our piece like this, and he looks like this with now the 3 in the middle, and we're going to place this on the side, and we place this one also on the side, but with the opposite direction. We get a 1 of 3. We do some glue on this side and on this side. And now we're going to place it over here. You see already what I am doing. This is really Monday. Of course, I'm going to do a little bit of glue extra because I'm just laying it on my table. I don't know why I do that. So place it down and we place it over here against this one. And we place this one on this side. And we place it on this one. And then we fill it up with this one. So very gently, just a little bit of squeeze. And in a moment, don't worry, I'll show it to you a little bit closer so you can easily see what I'm doing. So like this. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of pressure. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. So now we're going to get this piece, and we're going to lay with this opening over here that you don't have it this way, but this way. And we have our double block over here and over here and over here. What we're going to do is very easy. We're just going to place this one on top of here. And of course, we're going to look where we need to glue it. And the only pieces we need to glue is very easy. It's just the 3 blocks. This is this one over here, and this 3. This 3 and this 3. So very easy. Don't do everything, only this 3. I showed you a little bit closer. So this one, now we're going to turn it over and we're going to place it over here. And of course I have to look that I have it in the middle. And then we're going to let it dry and give it a little bit of pressure before we let it dry, of course. And if everything is correctly, always look to the inside that you don't see opening in anymore. And then you know that you are having it on the place you like it. If there is glue sticking out like I have, then just go with your brush and just go wipe it away. On each side you go over and just wipe it away, because with a towel it's always a little bit tricky and difficult to do. So again, wipe away the glue. And then you're going to let this dry. So now we have this piece, and you can of course look inside. If everything is correctly, you have the same like I have. You have an opening. What we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on this side. Over here. We do it on this side. And a little on this side. Not on the inside, but a little bit more on the outside. So over here. And then easy, we're going to place it this way. And we place this over here, and if everything is correctly, it does fit, and you just easy can place it on top of here and make sure that you have it where you want to have it, because place it in the middle and then a little bit to the right, and then press it lightly down, not too hard. And then you're going to let this piece dry already. And now we're going to do a little bit more on the top side of the tree, because I saw something that I don't like, so I want to change it up a little bit. So you see already now we have the top of the tree, and you see already this one is sticking out. And I think for me, if I look at it, I think it's a little bit too flat on this side. So what I'm going to do is very easy. You can do 2 blocks if you liked it better, and then 1. So you make it a little wider, but you also can do, of course, 1 on each side. And that's where I'm going to go for. So I'm going to get a loose block, and I'm just going to simply glue it on this side, but a little lower than the first one on the second one. So I'm going to let it dry in for a little moment, and then I'm going to do the other 4. So now I'm going to get block number 2. And of course I'm going to place this one on this side. But of course I have to look that I have it over here a little lower, I think, like this. And I'm going to press it together and let it dry in also. So now I have both of the pieces, and of course I'm not going to glue it on top of each other. Maybe if you do everything in the same color. I'm still debating if I'm going to do it in the same color, then of course it's easier that I glue it already on top. But I'm still debating if I'm going to do it in different colors or not. But maybe I also like it in gold, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. So I've maybe in white, so I will see. But we're going to paint it. So if you're going to paint it different colors, then I would recommend you do color it this way. But if you do it in one color, then you can do, of course, some glue on the tops over here. And easy, then you can place this one on top. So I'm going to show it to you because or else for everyone who wants to see it. Of course, I'm going to glue this one on top. Make sure that I have it in the middle. And I'm going to keep it in place for a little moment. You can also do a little bit of hot glue extra together. So you're sure that it sticks already before you're going to dry it. And you see already a little sneak peek of how he's looking like. And of course, you see right now the quick impression. And like I told you earlier, I did it in a white color, but choose any color you like. So right now, the quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tower Blocks little fantasy tree. And of course I'm really happy how this one turned out. And of course you can change it up. You can give the underside brown. You can do the top side green. Do whatever you think it's right. But I'm happy with the white color. Of course I hope you give this one all a try. And everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up and hit the bell. Everyone have an amazing day. See you all in the next one. Bye.